We talk everything, books, books, books galore, and we have our resident bookworm. And you've taken that title. It's yours now.
Yes, I own it. I'm the book nerd. Yes,
I saw that on your socials. I was like, she's taken ownership of this one.
These things.
How are you today, Audrey?
I'm all right, Maurice. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Now we're talking about the book, Becoming a Woman of Influence. Now this book is by Pfavai Fortunate Nyakudya.
Yes, and I love her name. Pfavai means she's soft. Yeah, and even just talking to her while we're preparing for this interview, she's just an amazing soul, amazing spirit. And it's no wonder she's a co-founder of a church with a husband, Pfavai Nyakudya. They have 2 boys. She's also an MC, counselor, and then she's a talk show hostess for a platform for single people, which I found very fascinating because I think people always leave the single people out. Yeah.
They always leave them out because they also have needs.
Yes, and then the other one is for wives, so she's doing an amazing job in the community.
She's got a great ministry then, huh?
100%.
Excellent, and she's turned it into a book as well. And this book is talking about a lot of stuff, really. Maybe we can just delve into one of the chapters. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, let's pick Chapter 2, Women of Inquiry. Maybe Chapter 3, the Radiant Women of Faith.
Yes,
and the issue of blood.
And then she terms the topics: a woman leader trusted by men around her, a woman of presence, a woman who fights for her generation, a woman of noble character, a woman in the mind of God. So the woman with the issue of blood, like you said, I always find that story fascinating because it says she had spent all she had. She had had the issue for 12 years. Yeah. She had gone to all the doctors and people were now shunning her. But she just said, you know what, if I just touch his garment,
I will be healed.
I'll get my moment.
Yeah.
And true to that, she just touched his garment and he felt that someone had touched him, which is very
Which is really good. And it just reminds us, so basically these are lessons to us who are reading.
To us women.
To work on our faith.
Even the man, you know what, you just need to go out there and get what you want. You can't sit around and say, oh, my life is over. I mean, this woman, 12 years, she'd had an issue, but she was healed. Yes.
That's good. Another character that I'm obviously this book is about the women of the Bible, and it's talking about Deborah, the story of Deborah, that she's strong, she's an influencer, and she's trusted by men around her. Can we maybe delve more into this pertaining to how women are now in this day and age?
Okay, I think, I think this book is very pertinent for the young girls. Let me just put it out there, because in a world awash with so many male heroes, the young girls don't have a lot of women that they can emulate. I mean, aside those from the showbiz and whatnot. But the Bible have such characters. Yeah. I mean, this book, all of the characters are from the Bible. And Deborah, as she's famously known, she was a warrior, she was a fighter. And she stood in the places normally reserved for men, but she was there and she was leading. Yes.
And that's good. We see a lot of women who lead as well in this day and age.
We see a lot of that in the corporate space, in the churches, in media and all sorts. And I know some men have a tendency not to want women leaders, but they're equally good leaders. And
absolutely.
We have so many people who've proved that they can lead their own companies, their families, because I find it fascinating actually to say men will think that women can't lead, but women lead the house. They take care of everything, the budget. A woman, she's a nurse, she's a teacher, she's doing school run, the baby is sick, everything is left to her. So she runs a household, so she can run a business.
That. Right now, so one of the quotes in the book, when we enter spaces, do we carry the aura of peace, love, and positivity, or do we introduce negative elements, gossip, or division? Now, this is something that, we have to check ourselves every single time. And I think we were chatting before we got on air about I don't judge myself anymore. Because sometimes you can have that positivity and then quickly delve into the negativity, obviously because of what's happening in the economy, in our lives, daily, day to day. What do you say about this quote?
I think as women, like I was saying earlier, we were taught to be humble. And I always say it's actually fake humility that we're taught. We don't celebrate our wins. We don't celebrate ourselves. But I'm glad to say that there's this new generation of women who are talking about self-love. And self-love is not selfish, by the way, because even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So I think more often the reason why we can't even love other people is because we don't love ourselves. So I think we should learn not to judge ourselves, be kind to ourselves. They always say the voice you'll hear the most is yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can then exude that positivity and then share it with others.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
And I think even when it makes you more aware of who you are as an individual, which brings me back to chapter 6 of this book. It's talking about a woman who fights for her generation, and that was Esther.
Yes, Esther is an amazing character. I always say this, you know, she was raised for such a time as this.
That, yeah.
And I'm always saying to people, you know, it can be grace on the camera. That's her purpose. That's her calling for such a time as this. Mm-hmm. There's Marisa, all these hats that you wear. That's you. So everyone has a purpose. Never look down upon yourself. Mm-hmm. Esther was just an orphan child.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then she got this opportunity. She was brought into the king's palace. She ended up saving a whole generation.
Yeah, right.
A mere orphan girl saved a whole generation.
And it's so important for us to know that, because, like you're saying, sometimes, you know, you don't think that you are actually capable of doing so much, impacting many people. I guess the thing is to just do it. Just if you have an idea, just do it.
Just do it. That's why even I was talking about how she's talking to, more often, you know, I find with single women that people will judge, they'll label. I think it's like if you don't have a ring, you're no longer, you know, part of the society, whatever. But she's looking after those needs, and she's saying, you know what? Every woman matters. You've got a purpose, you've got a calling, you're not defined by circumstances. And I see these days, even the kids, some of them are choosing not to actually get married. So to those who think it's an honor to look down upon people, other people are actually doing it out of choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's something, you just reminded me of something I watched on social media yesterday. Someone was asking this old lady, and she said, if you were to go back to your youth, what would you not do? And then she says, marry. So you're right.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Some people want to do it, some people don't want to do it, some people. So we really, I think as society, as women and men, we really just need to accept each other for who we are, shouldn't we?
100%. Just like we've got our different callings, we've got our different careers. Everyone was uniquely and wonderfully made for a purpose for such a time as this.
And she brings that out.
She brings out, it's a easy read, 40 pages.
Yep.
It's a handbook. You can find her on social media. It's Pfavai Fortunate Nyakudya. And she's on Facebook, YouTube. She's got a channel there, TikTok, Instagram. And for now, she's selling the book direct. You can reach out to her. I'll read her phone number, 0773 591164. That's Pfavai Fortunate Nyakudya. And the price of the book is $10.
Chete. And this talk show as well, will that be found on
YouTube?
Is it?
Yes.
I thought you said it was a WhatsApp platform for single ladies.
Yeah, we will find out. But at least we've
for
got
now,
the
you'll
number.
find on YouTube.
Yeah, so there's Open Up, Let's Talk Ladies and Young Wives Forum. But when I Googled her, I saw a lot of clips on YouTube. Yeah, of what she's done.
She's done.
Yes.
And she's also written another book called Wife.
Yes.
A New Bride's Best Friend. Have you read that one?
No, I haven't, but I found the topic captivating because, like we're always saying, we need these books for you know, marriage, love, that institution, it makes the world go round.
Yeah.
It constitutes, I think, 50% of our conversation.
Yeah.
But then we don't read and write enough books about it. There's more books on business and motivation and whatnot. We need books on this.
To be taught on that.
Yes, because it's not like you're born knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So, we commend you for writing this book, Pfavai.
That's good.
Konapo. Ipapo pa ZTN Prime. DSTV channel 294. The place to be.